Dozens of journalists in Washington gathering near the offices of Al Jazeera on Wednesday to mourn the loss of one of their own, Shireen Abu Akleh, a colleague they loved for her friendship and admired for her work. Work that is respected at the highest levels of the U.S. government. Now the Biden administration is condemning Shireen's killing, an American citizen, and calling for an investigation and prosecution of those responsible.
It is important to us, it is important to the world that investigation be thorough, that it be comprehensive, that it be transparent, and importantly, that investigations end with full accountability and those responsible for her death being held responsible for their actions.
On Capitol Hill, where the most powerful member of the U.S. House of Representatives met with Jordan's King Abdullah, Nancy Pelosi called the killing a horrific tragedy, adding that Congress is committed to the defense of press freedoms worldwide.
People woke up to the killing of Shireen Abu Akleh.
On the floor, Palestinian-American member of Congress Rashida Tlaib called for a moment of silence. Earlier, she tweeted, "Shireen Abu Akleh was murdered by a government that receives unconditional funding by our country with zero accountability." Indeed, the security relationship between the U.S. and Israel stretches back for decades, with each year billions in unconditional security assistance provided. The irony, one of those weapons paid for by U.S. taxpayers could ultimately be found responsible for the death of an American. Last month at the White House Correspondents Association dinner, an evening dedicated to honoring journalism, U.S. President Joe Biden said the rights of journalists to do their jobs must be protected.
The free press is not the enemy of the people. Far from it. At your best, you're guardians of the truth.
President Biden is set to travel to Israel next month. No details of his trip have been released. On Friday, he will sit down in the Oval Office with King Abdullah of Jordan. Two agenda items now about to become more complex in light of the death of Shireen Abu Akleh. Kimberly, Halkett, Al Jazeera, the White House.